Bonjour, good afternoon, everyone. I will now call the meeting to order. Madame la Greffière.
Your Worship, we are here for a special public meeting to hear one item. Please be advised that there will be a special public meeting of Moncton City Council in Council Chambers, City Hall, Moncton, New Brunswick, on June 9th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m. for the consideration of the following reports and recommendations. Actually, that is not right. It should be reports from administration, city contribution, NBDTI Mapleton Road interchange modification. And we do have an agenda before us.
Are there any changes to the agenda, Madame?
There is no changes to be
No
permitted.
changes. I need a mover and a seconder for the agenda. Conseiller Edgett and Conseiller Kingston.
hands.
We'll do a show of hands. All those in favor, please raise your hands. So motion carried. Merci.
The item is going to be discussed by Renee Lagesse, our Director of Engineering.
Do we have to ask for conflict of interest?
Oh, yes. Are there any conflict of interests?
No? No.
Merci.
there are not. Thank you. Bonjour, René.
Good afternoon, City Council. First of all, thank you very much for this special meeting. We're making a lot of people at DTI happy by making sure we do not delay this project, and that's why we call this special meeting. It was a bit tricky trying to time the NBDTI tender. They've postponed the tender more than once, so again, from our part, and from DTI, thank you very much for this, for your additional time today. I'm wondering if we could pull up the map on the screen that was attached to the package. So as you'll see the map on in your package, and as you're probably already aware, oh, sorry.
Justin, do you have a map by any chance? Nod yes, no? Okay, we do not have the map. You should be able to have it in your packages.
Okay, perfect. Well, we can definitely follow with that way. As you're certainly aware, because we did have some conversations related to development in this area, NBDTI is planning to do some major improvement works on the interchange of Mapleton Road at TCH. That will include a new roundabout on the north side of TCH and a signalized intersection on the south side. Some of the components that the city is responsible for, one is the sidewalk on Queensway Drive, which will be installed on the north side. And I think it's worth mentioning is that the hotel that has been built there for a few years actually contributed to that sidewalk. It was a developer contribution that was held, and that you'll see that in the package. So finally, we're in a position where we can install that sidewalk. We did wait because we knew that with this roundabout, it would shift the alignment of Queensway just a bit. So you'll see it on your drawing that Queensway does shift a bit to the north just to provide proper spacing from the roundabout. And one of the biggest component would be to install multi-purpose trails on each side of Mapleton through this property. I want to, I guess, what I'd like to say is that it's been difficult to work with DTI on active transportation file. There's some hesitation with having AT infrastructure on highway, sections of highway. And I think this is a big turn. This is a big win for us. Not only did we convince NBDTI to put active transportation infrastructure in their right-of-way, but we're actually convinced them to modify their bridge structure to do so. I wish I had brought in a picture, but if you can imagine the overpass on Mapleton at TCH, there are concrete columns, and then on each side of the bridge structure, just kind of a big concrete apron on a 45-degree angle. In order to put this AT infrastructure, DTI has agreed to cut into that concrete apron, put a retaining wall, and so the bike facilities will go between the concrete columns and the bridge abutment, which are in concrete. So again, a big modification to their overpass structure. We think this is going to pave the way for easing up the conversation, maybe in future projects where we need these AT infrastructure underneath highway bridge structures and through NBDTI project. So maybe not the first location we would have started with when we look at our AT plan and how we connect things. But again, we want to take opportunities when there are projects in the area, and DTI is building this area, and so we're definitely happy to partner with DTI for this connection, which would be a fraction of the cost if we were to do it on our own. That is it in a nutshell as far as my presentation goes and the highlights of this project, and I'm willing to take any questions if you have.
Merci beaucoup, René. We have a recommendation. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Donc, I see all kinds of lights, so Conseiller Richard, Conseiller Radjet, you wish to move and second? You move and second, right, Conseiller Richard and Radjet. Councillor Butler, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Rennie, when we built the roundabout back at the Horseman, we had built it a little too small, and then we had to go back and width it out, widen it out for larger trucks. So with this, is it going to be the right size? Like, have we gone there and figured out, like, because coming off of that Trans-Canada, going in there, there's a lot of tractor trailers, the double ones that are hooked. So are we saying that they're going to be able to go around that no problem at all, plowing and everything like that? It's not a problem?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Councillor Butler. So the design was done by NBDTI through their consultant, and obviously that was looked at. It will be in similar shape as the dog bone, if you can imagine the dog bone on Wheeler Boulevard and Dieppe Boulevard. So portion of that is actually double lane, and so the tractor trailers will be able to move around. So I think this is not new to NBDTI, and it's definitely part of the design consideration, given that it's a truck route. So we got to allow for mountable aprons for the trucks to go in. So that's been looked at for sure.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Conseiller Richard.
Merci, Mairesse Thériault. Merci pour la présentation. René, excuse me. Pedestrian crossing, let's say in line with Queensway and Mapleton. The pedestrian crossings, you understand where I'm talking about?
Yep, okay.
Crossing Queensway and the street that's across the street from that. I see lines, but then in the roundabout, there's two spots where there's pedestrian crossings and there's painted marks, you call those hash marks? Or?
Yep.
And I'm just wondering, what's going to be the type of control for pedestrians at those two locations at Queensway and across the street from Queensway?
Thank you for the question, Conseiller Richard. So at the roundabout itself, as you mentioned, there will be actually two places for pedestrians to cross, and those will be rapid flash. Okay. So the ones that, the beacons that flash. And I'm sorry, I don't have the answer for the one at Queensway. I'm not sure if it qualified or if it for a rapid flash, so I would have to go back to
because I don't see anything. All I see is like the two lines that marks a crosswalk, basically, from between streets, as we have everywhere in the city.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty confident the one at Queensway is a sign crosswalk, just your typical sign crosswalk without the rapid flash, and that definitely at the roundabout itself, because of the traffic there, it did justify the rapid flash. I don't believe we have the rapid flash justified at Queensway, but I can definitely get back to you on that one.
okay, because I see the stop lines. There's no four-way stop. I don't see any traffic lights in the plans. So
For Mapleton at Queensway, no, it's your typical stop control on Northwood and Queensway, and free flow traffic on Mapleton. And I do believe a sign crosswalk, but not a rapid flash. But I can
I'd
definitely
like some
confirm.
information on that if you don't mind.
Sure.
And not because I noticed at the other end, at the off ramp from the TC onto Mapleton, call that that'd be the south end of Mapleton. That's going to be controlled by lights. It's already in the plans.
Correct, yes. The southern part of the intersection of Mapleton and the eastbound going towards Dieppe. That's going to be a signalized intersection, so there'll be ample opportunities for crossings there.
So if we can clarify the Queensway side, it'd be awesome.
I will. Thank
Merci
you.
beaucoup.
Merci, conseiller Richard, conseiller Bourgeois.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la maire. Merci, René. Une question pour toi, probablement, puis probablement pour Jacques, la deuxième. Deux questions. Dans Visions Land, on a eu une sorte de façon de partager les coûts des développeurs, même si ce n'était pas leur terrain. On anticipe, on va bâtir les rues, puis après ça, on va charger des frais. Hein? C'est comme ça que ça marche. Est-ce que ça s'applique et tout ici? Le travail qu'on fait pour faciliter la circulation va quand même permettre à Queensway ou une autre extension de continuer vers l'est. Il y aura probablement un développement éventuellement autour de la subdivision qui est là maintenant, plus à l'est, puis peut-être plus à l'ouest aussi. Est-ce qu'on charge aussi, parce que j'ai vu qu'il y a 116 000 contribution from developers, the hotel development contribution, but autre que est-ce que d'autres développeurs qui sont demandés de contribuer à ce projet ici qui va déboucher un petit peu?
Merci pour la question, conseiller Bourgeois. Donc oui, comme mentionné, lorsque l'hôtel s'est placé là, on a vu qu'il y avait un besoin en trottoir, mais que c'était prématuré à l'installer parce qu'on savait qu'il y avait d'autres projets qui s'en venaient. Donc là, on a été chercher ce qu'on appelle une contribution du développeur. Si jamais il y a un autre développement dans le futur, que ce soit à l'est, une continuité de Queensway, ça serait un peu le même exercice à nouveau à refaire. C'est-à-dire que le développement serait évalué, l'impact sur l'infrastructure serait évalué, puis s'il y a une contribution à faire, là, ça serait à ce moment-là qu'on identifierait une autre contribution du développeur.
OK, parfait. Merci. Deuxièmement, M. Doucette, le 1 185 000. On a une demi-douzaine de sources de revenus qui étaient déjà prévues dans nos propres budgets. C'est compliqué pour moi de suivre tout ça. C'est-il qu'on a été chercher des morceaux de restants, etc., ou ça, c'était les montants qu'on avait prévus pour ce projet ici spécifiquement, là, comme quand on parle du premier, là, W25H04AL, Active Transportation, on avait déjà prévu 700 000 pour cette intersection ici pour faire ça. Puis j'irai en travers de la liste, là, mais je vous laisse une question générale.
Oui, parfait.
Okay.
Merci pour la question, conseiller Bourgeois, je peux répondre ça. Oui, donc effectivement, le 700 000 que vous voyez maintenant, qui est la grosse partie du budget, c'est notre budget annuel de 1 million pour le transport actif. Donc, ce que vous voyez là, c'est une grosse partie du budget de 2025. Donc, lorsqu'on a su que la province faisait ce projet-là, on a déjà assigné ou attribué, si vous voulez, une partie du budget, une grosse partie du budget pour ce projet ici. Donc, c'est pour ça qu'on le voit comme un projet qui était déjà budgété, assigné. Les autres composantes, là, on rentre dans il y a la composante du trottoir, comme on parlait, mais aussi, lorsqu'on installe un trottoir sur une rue comme Queensway ou c'est une route rurale avec des fossés, il faut remplir les fossés, puis il faut installer un égout pluvial. Donc là, vous voyez qu'il commence à avoir des items aussi d'égout pluvial. Donc ça, on avait prévu pour ça, mais les coûts ont rentré un petit peu plus cher qu'on croyait, qui est la raison d'ailleurs pourquoi on est ici aujourd'hui. Et puis, vous voyez aussi qu'il y a des budgets pour l'égout sanitaire, c'est-à-dire que lorsque on refait la rue Mapleton, ou plutôt la province va faire la rue Mapleton, il y a des réparations à faire à l'égout sanitaire aussi. Donc, on avait de l'argent de reste des autres budgets. Donc, c'était pas tout de l'argent qui était prévu pour le projet parce que les coûts ont rentré un peu plus cher que prévu, mais c'était tous des budgets qui étaient dans le bon silo. C'est-à-dire qu'on avait l'argent pour le trottoir, l'argent pour le transport actif, l'égout pluvial et l'égout sanitaire.
Puis est-ce que ça veut dire donc, mais j'ai pas de problème parce que vous creative accounting, là. Mais est-ce que ça veut dire qu'il y a d'autres projets qu'on avait prévus, par exemple 700 000 pièces pour Active Transportation, qui auraient peut-être été prévus ailleurs? Cela, parce que cette occasion, on va l'appeler une occasion en or, arrive, la province est prête à payer une bonne partie, donc on va faire ça, mais il faudra trouver d'autres argent? Ou est-ce qu'on avait déjà prévu ceci 3 ou 4 ou 5 ans dans le futur? Puis là, on l'avance, on fait juste essentiellement de répartir le budget capital qu'on a déjà approuvé, mais en différentes phases, en alternance de phases, ou est-ce qu'il faudra ajouter un autre 700 000 l'année prochaine dans le budget pour compenser ce montant qui n'avait pas été prévu?
Disons que
Comprends, là.
ce projet ici avait été envisionné à peu près 5 ans passés. Il avait été mis de côté. Mais ça fait environ 2 ans, 1 an et demi, qu'on est pas mal confiant que la province va de l'avant avec le projet. Puis là, on le voit aujourd'hui, c'est officiel. Donc, ça fait déjà plus d'une année que nous, l'équipe à l'interne, on s'avait déjà dit qu'en 2025, pour le transport actif, ça va être notre gros projet. Donc, ça a été déjà assigné, qui fait partie de l'assiette de 1 million. Puis là, après ça, en 2026, on avait déjà planifié d'autres projets. Donc, pour répondre à la question, non, on ne demande pas de l'argent additionnel au transport actif. Quoique, si vous demandez à la coalition du transport actif du Grand Moncton, ils vont avoir une différente opinion. Mais ça, c'est hors de discussion ici. Donc, oui, ça a été identifié pour ça. Et puis, on a d'autres projets planifiés pour 2026. Mais ce n'est pas quelque chose qui va tout retarder le programme.
OK. Puis, dernière petite question. Tu as dit qu'on l'estimé était plus cher que ce qu'on avait prévu, donc on a été chercher un petit peu ailleurs.
Oui.
C'est quoi le montant qu'on a dépassé notre estimé initial?
Oui, donc nous, on s'attendait que ça allait à peu près être en dessous du 1 million. Puis c'est là qu'on avait le 700 000 de planifié, on avait le 116 000, puis on avait aussi d'autres acomptes de 2025, comme vous voyez, qui étaient déjà comme, on savait qu'on pouvait aller chercher cet argent-là. Donc, grosso modo, ça rentrait à peu près à 10 plus haut qu'on s'attendait.
OK. OK. Merci beaucoup. Merci, Mme la maire.
Merci, conseiller Bourgeois, conseiller Crossman.
Thank you, Your Worship. Renee, thanks for the presentation. Just a few points. This is a great project for the north end of Moncton, there's no question. What's our communication strategy going to be on this? And two, you did such a great presentation on the zipper lane that I really feel that we should be looking at doing something on traffic circles as well, publicly presented, to make sure that people understand how to use them correctly. So those would be my only two key concerns, but congratulations on a year, you say you've been at this. I know we've talked about it around this table for longer than that as well to alleviate the traffic in that area, so congratulations. But if you could just answer those two questions, that would be great. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. I appreciate the question and the comments, Councillor Crossman. So on the communication piece, we'll definitely get our own team involved because it is an NBDTI-led project, but we want to make sure that we use the same, we work in the same vein, if you wish, kind of push the same message out. Because to the general public, this will look like another City of Moncton project. Doesn't matter if it's the province or the city. So after award, we'll get our communication team kind of working with NBDTI. It's interesting that you mentioned I guess, a piece on roundabouts, because when I did one of the media interviews for the zipper lane or the zipper merge, the interviewer was like, well, I'm from France, and people here don't seem to be able to or have difficulty managing roundabouts, so we should do a piece on roundabouts. And I said we could do a monthly traffic update if you wish, or so I'm all up for that. But yeah, I do appreciate the comment, and I think there definitely could be a lot more education when it comes to managing, how to manage certain intersections. Could it be four-way stops? Same thing there. I think there could be more education done on that. Roundabouts. How do we go through a construction zone? All of that, especially with the growth we're seeing, a lot of new drivers on our streets. We can definitely push more education. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup. Merci pour la question, conseiller Crossman. Merci, René. Superbe projet. Donc, we have a motion that's been moved and seconded on the question.
Could we bring up the vote,
Is
please?
it show of hands?
No.
Oui.
There you go.
Oh, no. Electronic.
Okay. Could we close the vote?
So it's unanimous.
Merci.
Merci. Merci à tous.
We'll need to adjourn this meeting.
And we will adjourn the meeting. Conseiller Richard is moving. Do I need a vote? No, j'ai pas besoin d'un
Just-
vote. Show of hand, please.
We're good.
Comfortable. Okay, c'est beau. Now we will
No.
reconvene to the
yes.
private session.
No, not until media's gone. Justin, can we do the changeover again?